As the 2023 Carriacou Carnival season comes to its peak, many patrons from the mainland and neighboring countries are expected to visit the small island for the festivity. Officers attached to the Coast Guard unit within the RGPF are asking boat owners and operators to exercise safe sea guidelines that will protect passengers on the vessel. Corporal 360 Ken Joseph explains.
And for those who decide they want to head up to Carriacou for the festivities up there, do not overcrowd your vessel. Know the capacity of your vessel and make sure you have life jackets. Let family members know you are going up there, the designated time you're leaving, your time of arrival, and your time of departure or whatever. Right? So always be safe. Make sure avoid alcohol and steering vessels.
Officer Joseph outlined the laws related to safety at sea that will protect all passengers aboard the vessels.
All boat operators to be safe out there. Also like to make sure that they have all the necessary equipment to keep them safe. Make sure that you have the right size life jackets on board your vessel. So if you're going with 5 persons, make sure you have 5 life jackets or life jacket for every person and it fits. If you're going with children, make sure you have that. Make sure you have enough food that could last you for, let's say, 3 to 5 days. Food and water stored in plastic containers. Make sure you have your equipment. Important to get a GPS and radios as well. Radios give you a wider range than the cell phones because let's say about from 12 to 15 miles of Grenada,
there's no connection.
Connection is very poor. So a radio will be better. Some of the things are expensive, but then again, there's not a price to your life. Make sure that you have a competent seamate or shipmate with you when you're going out to sea.
Officer 372 Nichols spoke of safety guidelines on beaches that also needs to be followed.
Too many times we have in drownings, right, or this kind of mishap at sea whenever there is festivity, right? Now, you need to pay attention to your kids. A lot of times the children go to the beach. Parents bring children on the beach and they sit on the sand and they just allow them to run around and just play in the water and not basically pay attention to them. Oh, well, they are accustomed. You need to always have somebody looking out for the children. And always, you not necessarily have to line them up to do a head count, but always checking to see where they are. Then you bring something like a floating device or the one you pump, a floating bed, or the air bed, little thing for them children to use. But now you leave them on that and they can actually float away. Some years ago, 2 kids was on one of that and they keep floating and none of the parents could swim. None of the parents could have swim. So somehow a boat had to end up going for them.